Hi guys, how's it going? So I wanted to do a quick video. I actually couldn't find my stand for my phone, so I'm actually just putting the phone up, so it's a weird angle. But anyway, I wanted to talk today about intensity, and this is a lot to do with not just online clients, but both, okay? Is that a lot of people go into the gym and they won't push themselves to what they need. And I made this a perfect example from one of the clients this morning. I said to her, I put her workout on the program. She's an online client. I put her program up on the screen and I looked at it and I said, if I had done exactly the workout you have done, but sprinted at the right speed, so ran the same distances that were on her sheet, I lifted the right dumbbells, the weights that are relative to me, and I had worked and still done the same rest times, the same rep ranges, the same sets, I would be absolutely destroyed. And that is a person who's just started training. And yes, as you're more experienced, you'll understand intensity. When you're an athlete for a certain extent, not me specifically, top level athlete, but I'm athletic, then the more I've trained over the years, I understood intensity. I've went through different phases of training, I've trained at different intensities, and I understand what my body is capable of. And with a lot of people, they don't understand that, and they're really far under the potential that they can push themselves. And for you guys, when you are lifting in the gym, then you need to make sure your intensity is high enough. If your intensity is not high enough, you're not going to make the progress that you need to make. You're progressive overload, which means that you need to be progressively overloading your body into either a different stimulus, so that means that you could be going faster in an exercise, you could be in terms of a lift, you could be lifting a heavier weight, you could be going slower in the exercise depending on the exercise itself, and you're pushing yourself to a much higher level to pretty much failure, where you're lifting an exercise or you're doing a thruster and you're literally failing on that exercise when you're giving it everything you've got. Then you know that is the right intensity. As long as you don't lose your technique, which is dangerous, as long as you don't hurt yourself, then you will be making great progress with that. So as my point says, if you are not lifting to a point where you are pushing yourself enough, sprinting fast enough when you're going to your maximum on these, you're not going to make the progress that you need in terms of increase in muscle, increase in performance, and even in terms of burning the calories. I don't really like talking about burning calories in a session, but it still does matter to some people, especially if you're really far under the potential that you should be pushing yourself. So the message today is, understand that it doesn't matter to a certain extent what your program is. The program that I've given you is relative to you and making sure that you can do the movements, but it's all to do with the intensity that you work at. And if you're not pushing yourself to the intensity you need, then you're not going to see the performance progress that you expect, and then that will drop down, because then you don't make the progress you want. What happens next? You end up thinking, oh, I'm not making the progress. Then you don't really focus on pushing forward anymore, and you can give up. So intensity of training really makes a difference, because the more you can progress with your training, the more momentum you carry forward with your mindset. So I hope that's helpful. Keep that in mind. Number one is intensity, and you need to make sure that is the main thing you're focusing on when you're in a session. Is no matter what your program, you should be pushing yourself as hard as possible. You should be fully focused. You shouldn't be playing with your phone. You should have the phone at the side. You should be smashing that workout given, and you should be lifting with the correct technique and the correct intensity when lifting, and that there will make a huge difference and give you a strong foundation.